nagpapakitang gilas ni Manny Pacquiao sa press bago ang kanyang nalalapit na laban kay Miguel Cotto sa Las Vegas sa ika-14 ng Nobyembre. Welcome everyone. You are watching Kababayan LA and we are live here at the site of Manny Pacquiao Media Day in front of the Wildcard Gym. As you can see, marami pong mga tao dito ngayon at yan po ay hatid namin sa inyo mamaya-maya lang sa kabuuan ng ating programa. But before that, yesterday we were at the pound-for-pound gym sa La Cienega kung saan naman nagkaroon ng Media Day si Miguel Cotto. So much has been said about this fight, but let's hear it from the expert.
I think that Cotto is the most dangerous fighter that Manny has fought. Although when he was a featherweight and he was fighting guys like Morales and Barrera, they certainly were dangerous. But having moved up in weight, he's now fighting for the first time a natural elite welterweight in his prime. And that's a serious challenge.
Despite that, Freddie Roach was quoted as saying that Manny Pacquiao is going to knock out Cotto in the 9th round.
Well, I'm not going to challenge Freddie Roach, who's pretty, not just a good advocate for his fighters, but who's pretty accurate often in his predictions. But I wouldn't expect him to say, I think my fighter's going to lose a decision either.
Right.
So he's an advocate, and we have to take that into account. But I think what that says is that he thinks that Manny has a chance with his boxing skills as well as with his explosiveness to wear down a bigger, stronger guy and eventually to break him down.
They've been saying that what they're going to do is they're going to start out really strong, wear him out in the first few rounds. And do you think, seeing Cotto now and how he is, do you think they're going to claim victory in that aspect with that strategy?
You know, Cotto is a versatile fighter, just as Manny has become. We saw him outbox Mosley for a number of rounds in their fight, which surprised a lot of people. I think he's going to come out and feeling that he can outbox Manny, and that if he has to get into a battle, he will. We have to remember that Manny hit Diaz 100 times before he could end the fight. Who was just a tough lightweight. How many times did he hit De La Hoya without knocking him down? So there's...
Well, you know, some Filipinos will say that that's a proof to Manny's graciousness. He doesn't want to shame his opponent.
Well, I don't think that Hatton would have the same point of view about that. Okay? I mean, the faster you get somebody out of there, the better it is for you. Who knows what can happen in the ring. But I think that because of how spectacular he looked against Hatton, and because how surprising he looked against Oscar, he's now inflated to a point where people may think he's invincible. And we have a saying that there isn't a horse that can't be rode or a rider who can't be throwed. It's a fight. It's an athletic competition. And even the best don't win all the time.
We'll keep that in mind, Larry, coming from you. But you know what? Some people are dubbing this as a fight between power and speed. Speed being that of Manny's strength and power being that of Cotto's strength. What do you think, in your years of covering boxing, watching boxing, which usually prevails, speed or power?
Well, what makes Pacquiao such a phenomenon is that he has the quickness of a smaller guy with explosive power. And that's hard to beat. But hard to beat is not the same as impossible to beat.
Okay. Okay, well, I'm learning a lot from you, you know, and getting a lot of good quotes. What Cotto needs to do in order to beat Manny?
He needs to show that he can absorb some of that explosive power of Manny without absorbing it too often and to get in his own licks and to show that maybe he is just as good a boxer as Manny, even if he's not as quick. Maybe he's been studying the tapes of Marquez's fights with Manny. So Manny is a phenomenon, as I say, but nobody's invincible.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you again in Vegas. Abangan po sa pagbabalik ng Kababayan LA. Hopefully, we are already inside the wildcard gym for the Manny Pacquiao Media Day. Paghanda para sa kanyang laban sa nalalapit na Nobyembre 14 sa Las Vegas against Miguel Cotto.